Hey, it's Red here. Wanted to give you a few tips for getting your barrel set up at your bar or restaurant. So you got your barrel and you want to go ahead and put your spigot in. So they're going to be in a little baggie. You'll take your spigot, make sure that the bung hole is straight up. Insert your spigot in so that the knob is facing up. Turn it in the off position so that it's rotated back toward the barrel head. Once you've got it in straight and lined up, take yourself a hammer, give it a few good whacks. You can actually whack it a little harder than that too. This one's already in though. And you've got it set. So we want to go ahead and rinse out the inside of the barrel. So go ahead and put some water in the barrel. You don't have to fill it up. And then put your bung on. The best way to put the bung on to preserve the seal around the edge is to come in at a 45-degree angle, pressing and twisting as you put it in, and that'll help preserve it. You've got your water in there, give it a good shake, then you can go ahead and pour that water out and go ahead and fill the barrel up. If you've got hot water to fill it with, that's okay for the first time. You don't want to do that if you're topping it off or refilling it, but tap water or room temperature water is just fine. Once you've got the barrel full of water, go ahead and put your bung back on here. Set it on a stand, on your stand like this. You don't want to set it directly in a pan or a sink to set in its own leakage, because more than likely you're going to have some leakage. Set it on the stand in a bin or a drain board or a sink you're not using, somewhere that you can keep a check on it, and somewhere that it's going to be able to leak freely. So you may not have any leaking, but just in case you do. After 2 or 3 days of sitting like that, you can come in and turn it over, check and see how this side's drying up. Leave it like that for 2 or 3 days. Once you come back in, turn it over, check it out, and if everything's looking good, and it's been at least a week on a 5-liter barrel, I'd say even give it 10 days if you're using a 10-liter barrel, and then you can go ahead and pour your water out. Now, what if you're still seeing some areas of leakage, or it's really wet on the outside, looks like it's still got some leaking going on there, it's gotten dark? What you'll want to do is reach out to Amy. She works directly with our hotels and bars and barrel-aged cocktail programs, and we'll send you some free barrel wax and instructions on how to use it. You'll want to make sure you watch the video on how to use the wax. If you just put the wax on the surface of the barrel, it's not going to seal it up. So be sure to follow those instructions. Like I said, if it's been 7 days and it's still leaking with water, be sure to reach out to us. If you have finished curing it and it's all sealed up with water, go ahead and put the liquor in there. If you're putting the Redemption bourbon or whatever whiskey bourbon cocktail that you're making, you can mix it up in here. Give it a shake and let it go. I will make a note here that it is possible that liquor could leak when water's sealed up, because liquor's thinner, so the pores of the wood may have kept the water in, but maybe it's still a little deeper that this liquor is going to go than the water went. So you may see a little bit of leakage. If you do, just turn that end down, let it sit for a couple of days. If it's just dripping, of course, make sure you're in a container so you can capture your liquor and put it back in the barrel. But if it's not sealing up after 2 or 3 days now of having the liquor in it, keep the liquor in it. Shoot us an email, Amy, and we'll put the email address in the line item in the description of the video. We'll send you the wax, and that'll go ahead and help you get it sealed up. And once you've got it all sealed up, you can set it right here on the cradle and let it age. Couple of rules that are really important when it comes to using barrels. Number one is, once you've cured the barrel, once you have let water sit in this barrel for more than a few hours, you got to keep this barrel wet. You cannot let it dry out. And if you just fill it up and forget it, it will evaporate and dry out. So don't just think you can fill this up with water or liquor, either one, and forget about it, because it will evaporate and dry out, and you'll come back to a barrel that will be empty and dry, and you're gonna have some problems resealing it if it does dry out. So don't let the barrel dry out. If you don't have liquor to put in it, well, get with your liquor rep. That's one thing you're gonna wanna do. But besides that, put water in the barrel. But you can't just put water in here. You have to put a Camden tablet or storage tablet in the barrel with the water to keep mold and mildew from growing in it. So you got to take care of these barrels. They sometimes take a little bit of babysitting, or barrel sitting as we call it. Got to come in and check it out, keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't sneak up on you and evaporate or start leaking or whatever. They're living and breathing here. So you take care of it, and you're going to get a lot of generations of use out of it. But if you need anything, that's what we're here for. We want to make sure that your barrel-aged cocktail program is a success. And if you need any advice or help, please reach out to us. And when you do, if you can send pictures, that will help us troubleshoot and let you know what we need to do to get you fixed up. Look, we really appreciate you choosing Redhead Barrels, and or ever how you got the barrel. We want to make sure that you're happy with it. So thanks a lot.